Gene's in Portland, Oregon. Hi, Gene. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. I'm also calling because me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years, and my boyfriend went to school for 8 years, but unfortunately with no degree. He couldn't really make up his mind what he wanted to do, and now he's $47,000 in student loan debt. His dad also took out another $50,000 in a Parent Plus loan. So right now, me and my boyfriend would love to buy a condo, but I'm not sure if or whenever we're going to be able to do that. He now works at a bank, and he makes $33,000 a year. I've gone from job to job, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do still. And if I go back to school, though, I'm going to have to probably take out loans as well. But I just don't want to do that. I have saved up $17,000 in my bank account right now.
Right.
But
okay, let's stop a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning to get married soon?
No.
Okay.
Well,
right.
No.
No, you're not. Okay. So, I could just tell by the way you started answering the question. So, if you're not planning to get married soon, you do not buy a house together.
Okay.
Very dangerous for you to own a house with your roommate. Because your roommate might up and leave.
I agree.
If your husband up and leaves, the court will make him pay for the house, not your roommate. And so very unwise relationally, very unwise financially, very unwise legally to buy a house with a guy you're shacking up with. It puts you in a very vulnerable position. And so until you're married, quit looking at your lives through the lens of we, because you're not a we yet. You're just a dating couple, okay? And you don't own, you legally do not own anything together. You legally have not combined anything. And so you have to work on your career path and your debts, and he needs to work on his career path and his debts. If you're getting married, once you're married, then we'll talk about combining these goals and combining the ownership in the house. But, Gene, let me tell you, here's what I've run into for 30 years of doing what I do. The number of times stuff like this has happened, a shacked up couple buys a house together. They're partners from a legal standpoint. There is no partnership agreement because they were playing house, acting like they were married, but they didn't have the legal benefits of having been married. He gets killed in a car wreck. Now you own a house with his mother because you're not the heir. You have no legal standing in this situation whatsoever unless there's a will. But if there's not, then his heir would be his parents. And so now you and his mommy are partners in a house. This is a recipe for a life that sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is the kind of thing that happens, or he gets disabled, or something happens to you and he has to deal with your mother. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's the father. I don't know. Or maybe it's the crazy brother, which is the only heir. I don't know. But there's crazy and screwed up stuff in every family, and you get to play with all of that as a partner.
No, thank you.
Instead of as a thing. Nope. So you need to take your $17,000 and decide what you're going to do with your life and get about your business of living your life.
That's right. And listen, don't just fall to school as the next thing to do.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, you can't. And too many people have done that. And we've got young people that have signed documents they don't understand for payments they can't afford. Yeah. So you start to think about what it is you're going to do, what it is you want to do as you work. And I'm proud of you for having some money set aside. Be intentional and don't let that slide through your fingers.
You do not need student loans.
No.
You need to pick out a field of study and a place to study that is consistent with what you want to do. It's not a fallback. It's not the next thing to do.
That's right.
It's an intentional series of actions that are going to take you to successful living. No one wanders accidentally into wealth. No one wanders accidentally into high-quality relationships. No one wanders accidentally into success.
That's right.
They never interview the guy at the end of the Super Bowl and go, how'd that happen? And he goes, I don't know, I just got off the bus. No, that's not what happens. It's a series of intentional acts that cause people to win at things.
Yeah.
And so, Gene, what's missing out of all the different parts of this with your boyfriend and the Parent Plus loans and the $47,000 and 8 years in school. There's no intentionality. He's wandering around, chasing his tail. You said, I don't know what I'm going to do. You guys really need to sit down and start to think about individually and or together.
Right.
We're going to get married. This is going to be the life we live. We're going to pursue these careers. We're going to pursue some things. We're going to stand some things up and knock some things down. And but you're not going to wander into happiness. It's not going to work. You're not going to wander into a level of success, a level of fulfillment. And for God's sakes, don't buy a house with somebody you're not married to.